Imagine walking into a building where, years ago, someone called you worthless right in front of everyone. That's exactly where our story starts. A guy, mid-30s, walking confidently through a sleek office lobby, cool as ice, but with a heavy history behind that calm face. As he approaches the front desk, the woman behind it, late 20s, holding her coffee, looks up, surprise flickering for a second. Then she quickly masks it. The tension hangs in the air like a thick fog, silent but electric. He gently takes her coffee without a word, nods once and keeps walking. Just like that, a powerful scene sets the stage. Silence, glances, unspoken grudges. The screen fades to black, leaving you wondering what's brewing under the surface. Flashback now. Picture this, a younger version of him, just 24, sitting in a meeting room, nervous, trying to find his place. The woman who now works at his front desk slams papers on the table and lets loose words sharper than knives. "Look at you, barely doing cups and calling it ambition. You're worthless." The room goes quiet. Everyone averts their gaze, and you can feel the weight crushing him. His shoulders slump, but he stands up, shakes his head, and walks out, the humiliation hanging like a dark cloud. Outside, rain pours down, soaking him as he leans against a wall, head down. His voice, soft, full of pain, tells us, "In that moment, I felt more like a failure than ever." Cold lighting, raindrops falling. Every detail adds to the raw emotion of defeat. Back to the present, but the struggle was long and real. At his tiny apartment, surrounded by unpaid bills and empty cups, he's slumped over, drained. He tries to connect with his disappointed parents on a quick video call, but their faces tell the story, hope fading fast. The nights are long, filled with delivery jobs, barista shifts, and grinding through online coding courses. Each rejection hurts, like when an investor cuts him down cold. Your prototype's weak. Come back with traction. He exhales, doesn't quit. The music mirrors his journey, starting flat, tinged with sadness, slowly building a spark of hope. This is the grind that turns dreams into plans. Hold tight. The first break comes when he meets a mentor who shifts the game. Over coffee, the mentor drops truth bombs. Passion is the spark, but structure, projections, and team, that's what builds success. They shake hands, a silent promise. Soon he's training colleagues, showing leadership. The big moment hits at a ribbon-cutting event. Small crowd, big smiles, and a feeling that this is just the beginning. Warm light floods the scene, smiles spread like wildfire. The grind is paying off. Next, the growth montage takes us through years of hustle, from a cramped office to a full team, local media interviews, and signing deals. We see a transformation. The once small-time dreamer now inspecting office buildings, sealing contracts. The voiceover is calm but powerful. No revenge needed. Let success tell the story. This is the turning point. A moment of quiet. Confidence that speaks louder than any insult ever could. Picking up right where we left off, the next chapter unfolds with the big purchase. The moment everything changes. Imagine him sitting in a real estate office, signing papers that make him the owner of the very building where his old struggles happened. It's not just a transaction, it's a symbol. Cut to the woman, now working somewhere else, staring at a flyer that boldly reads, "New owner." Her face tightens, disbelief mixing with shock. The power dynamic is flipping, and she feels it. Fast forward to the company opening day, inside that lobby. The employees gather, buzzing with excitement. He steps onto the stage, confidence radiating. "Welcome. Today I proudly own this building," he announces. Applause fills the room. The woman scans the crowd, her shock now fully visible. The camera smoothly pans to her reaction, catching the moment she realizes the tables have turned. The mood? Triumphant, but calm. like the quiet before a storm of change. Then comes the revelation. It's late afternoon, and the woman nervously enters his office, clutching paperwork and a coffee cup like a lifeline. Her voice shakes as she asks, You bought the building?" He responds with a gentle smile, a mix of kindness and quiet strength. "Yes, everyone deserves a second chance. Even you." He gestures to the chair behind his desk, inviting her to sit. She does, tearful but composed, caught between pride and humility. The silence here isn't empty. It's packed with meaning, a delicate dance of forgiveness and new beginnings. The next morning, the atmosphere shifts to something almost poetic. He walks out of his office, the day fresh and full of promise. She hands him coffee, her small smile a silent apology and a tentative peace offering. He nods appreciatively, a simple but powerful exchange. His voiceover fades in, calm and reflective. Words cut deep. But silence. Silence rebuilds power. As the scene fades to black, you feel the weight of those words. This isn't just a story about success. It's about the quiet strength it takes to rise, forgive, and rebuild. Throughout all this, the visual and sound design plays a massive role. Cold, blue tones dominate the flashbacks, highlighting the harshness of his past. Then warm golden hues take over as success blooms, wrapping every scene with hope. Audio cues, footsteps in the lobby, the rain in flashbacks, soft murmurs of building sounds create an immersive experience. The music starts flat and mournful, but crescendos into something uplifting, matching the emotional arc perfectly. The protagonist's transformation is clear. From a nervous, insecure young man to a poised CEO who owns not just a building but his future. The woman shifts too, from harsh and aggressive to humble and open, symbolizing how people change when given a second chance. This story isn't just about revenge or payback. It's about resilience, growth, and unexpected grace. Now, let's rewind a bit and dive deeper into the grind behind the glow-up, the real hustle that nobody sees. After that harsh moment of being called worthless, our guy didn't just sit back and take it. Nope. He hit rock bottom, yeah, but from there, he built himself up brick by brick. Picture him in his tiny, cluttered apartment late at night, surrounded by unpaid bills and empty coffee cups, staring at his laptop screen, eyes tired but burning with determination. His days weren't glamorous. They were filled with exhausting delivery shifts, making coffee as a barista, and squeezing in late-night online coding classes whenever he could. Every rejection felt like a punch, especially when investors shut him down cold. Your prototype's weak. Come back with traction. But he never let those words define him. He'd exhale, reset, and dive back into work, because quitting wasn't an option. The soundtrack here is crucial, starting low and somber, echoing his struggle and loneliness. But as we move through the montage, it gradually builds into something hopeful and powerful, mirroring his growing belief that he could change his story. This part isn't just about hard work. It's about the mental fight, the resilience to keep going when the world says no. Small wins begin to stack up. When he meets a mentor over coffee, it's a game changer. The mentor's advice cuts through the noise. Passion lights the fire, but structure, solid plans, and a good team keep it burning. That's when things shift from a solo hustle to building a foundation for success, training colleagues, leading a small team. It's all happening. And the ribbon-cutting ceremony? That's not just an event. It's a symbol that dreams are becoming reality, that he's stepping into his power. This chapter is about the messy, gritty process of growth, the setbacks, the lessons, the tiny victories. It's the real story behind every success you see on the surface. It reminds us all that no overnight success happens without sacrifice, sweat, and some serious late nights. All right, picking up the pace, now it's all about momentum. That point where hard work starts paying off and everything begins to click. The office that was once a cramped, makeshift space grows into a bustling hub filled with desks, computers, and a team hungry to win. You can almost feel the energy buzzing through the air as the team builds, grows, and takes on bigger challenges. We see our protagonist stepping up into the spotlight. Local media interviews, networking events, and deal signings become part of his daily grind. The title card flashes Year 2, signaling not just time passing but transformation. He's no longer the uncertain young man from before. He's confident, deliberate, and ready to scale up. One scene stands out: inspecting an older office building, meticulously noting details, negotiating contracts. It's the moment when vision meets reality, when the dream of ownership turns tangible. The voiceover hits hard. No revenge needed. Let success tell the story. This line carries the weight of all the pain he endured, but also the grace with which he carries himself now. Visually, the shift from cold to warm tones deepens here. The success isn't flashy or boastful. It's steady, earned, and real. The soundtrack swells with uplifting orchestral notes, highlighting the victory that comes from persistence rather than quick wins. This part reminds the audience that true success isn't about taking shots at those who doubted you. It's about proving your worth through your work. It's a message packed with quiet power, perfect for keeping viewers glued to the story. Now comes the moment where the story takes a sharp turn. The big purchase. Imagine him sitting in that real estate office, pen in hand, signing the papers that officially make him the owner of the very building where all his past struggles took place. This isn't just business, it's poetic justice without the bitterness. The camera focuses on his steady hands, calm expression, and the weight of that decision. Cut to the woman, now in a different job, spotting a flyer that boldly announces new owner. Her face tightens, a mix of shock, disbelief, and maybe a hint of regret. This is the moment the power dynamics flip, and you can almost hear the silent tension crackling in the air. The scene shifts to the company's opening day, where the lobby is filled with buzzing employees and hopeful faces. He steps onto the stage, confident and poised, and declares, "Welcome. Today I proudly own this building." Applause fills the room. The woman scans the crowd, the shock now full and visible. The camera glides smoothly to her reaction, capturing the complexity of her emotions. This part is heavy on triumph without malice. It's about rising above, not tearing down. The warm tones, the cheers, the confident stride all drive home the point. Success speaks louder than insults ever could. Now let's zoom into the emotional core. The revelation. Late afternoon. The office is quiet, sunlight casting long shadows. She walks in, nervous and hesitant, clutching some paperwork and a coffee cup like it's a lifeline. Her voice shakes as she says, You bought the building?" There's a pause, thick with tension. He looks up with a gentle smile, not smug, just calm and kind. "Yes, everyone deserves a second chance. Even you." He gestures toward the chair behind his desk, inviting her to sit. She takes it, tears welling up, but trying to stay composed. This moment isn't just about business. It's a delicate dance of humility, forgiveness, and unexpected respect. The silence between their words says more than any dialogue could. It's powerful and slow, letting the weight of what's unsaid sink in. The camera lingers on their faces, the woman's vulnerability, his quiet strength. You can almost feel the history between them tightening and loosening in the same breath. This scene is the emotional heartbeat of the whole story, the payoff after years of struggle and growth. It shows that true power comes not from revenge, but from grace and the courage to offer second chances. Now the story moves to the quiet aftermath, the morning after that emotional conversation. Picture the lobby bathed in soft morning light, calm and almost peaceful. He walks out of his office, steady and grounded. She approaches, holding a coffee with a small, tentative smile, like an olive branch without words. He nods in appreciation, a simple gesture that speaks volumes. His voiceover starts gentle and reflective. Words cut deep, but silence, Silence Rebuilds Power. It's a powerful close to the journey, showing how sometimes the most profound changes happen not through loud confrontations, but through quiet understanding and mutual respect. The scene slowly fades to black as ambient lobby sounds dissolve into silence. It leaves the viewer with a feeling of closure but also hope, the kind of hope that comes from overcoming pain and choosing grace. This part perfectly wraps the emotional arc, balancing closure with an open-ended sense of possibility. It's the kind of ending that sticks with the audience long after the video ends. Now let's wrap up with the final reflections and credits. As the screen fades to black, a soft instrumental plays carrying a mix of bittersweet and hopeful notes. We leave the story with that lingering feeling that everyone's journey is full of twists, pain, growth, forgiveness, and triumph. Throughout the video, we've seen how the protagonist's journey from being belittled to becoming the owner of the building is not just a tale of business success, but a story of resilience and grace. It's a reminder that our past doesn't define us, our actions do. The credits roll smoothly, maybe with subtle behind-the-scenes clips or outtakes showing the cast in lighter moments. This gives the audience a chance to decompress and feel connected beyond the story. This closing seals the emotional impact while leaving space for viewers to reflect on their own lives, making the video memorable and shareable.